What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews, back in here with one more video. All right, guys, listen. It's time to get active here today. You see the thumbnail, you see the title of this video. Now, before I get started, this video was sent to me an uncountable and insurmountable amount of times between my email and between my Instagram. Link down in the description box down below, by the way, if you want to follow me. Kevin Samuels, fellow YouTuber, who is an image consultant and I guess now a dating consultant as well through his YouTube channel, gives woman a savage response when she says she wants a six-figure man. Now listen, at the time of me recording this video right now has been posted to World Star Hip Hop, aka the Hood Booger Encyclopedia, and it has 1.3 million views. So I think, in my eyes, this certifies this as viral. I didn't even know World Star Hip Hop was still pulling views like this, but this is good. This is good for this portion of YouTube to get this type of media welcome from a digital perspective. This is actually a really good thing. So shout out to Kevin, okay? But again, it's got 1.3 million views, so it must be good. Without further ado,
I honestly want a six-figure guy, is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
You know what's funny about this is that he's saying essentially what she just did, right? What did he say when he started? He said, I hear this all the time, and then I always get a but. And then they go on and they start to talk about all these other things. And what just happened right there is, I guess the conversation had been continuing for a little while, and maybe he had come up to a point where he identified these key factors in identifying and ascertaining a high value dude, or at least a dude that makes over six figures. And what he said is that you're not in any of these spaces. You don't know any of these men. You don't know what they want. You don't know how they think. So he's come to these different conclusions. And at the end of that conclusion, she did exactly what he was saying before, was the but. And I see this a lot too. And I think honestly, I think it's a defense mechanism, right? When someone is talking to you in this manner, in a way that points out your flaws, I think human beings that are probably less self-reflective choose not to internalize the information for whatever reason. I think it's a defense mechanism. And instead of receiving the information and then making key strategic decisions to change the behavior, they combat it. And I see this a lot, especially amongst us who are less accountable for our actions. Let's move on.
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so what?
Go ahead.
He's frustrated.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
That's not true.
Bullshit.
That's not
I'm
true.
51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Just real quick. So this is the dissonance. I don't even know why she just said that. Here's what it is I think like what can happen is that you get like-minded people befriending like-minded people, which is why I tell you guys on the channel all the time, Find diversity in your life. Find people that do not think like you. Bring and befriend these people. Like, you guys like to make fun of me all the time because I bring like a blue pill Sam in here, but there's a method to my goddamn madness. I bring him in here for a purpose. Although we think miraculously differently about taking women out and this, that, and the third, like, and how we treat women, we're still friends. And I appreciate his friendship and I appreciate his diversity of opinion and thought. I choose not to put myself in an echo chamber, but some people put themselves in an echo chamber and they're surrounded by information that could be incorrect. She is surrounded by information that could be and is incorrect. Younger women typically like older men for a variety of reasons, and it comes from an evolutionary biology perspective. I'm not going to get in there. I got a ton of videos that focuses in on that. But I also love what Kevin said as well, and it also makes me happy as a 35-year-old man. You know, him at 51 has attained a degree of high status, high value, and he said he can't shake them off with a stick, which lets me know I got time. All right, let's move on.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
It's a decent
Dress
rating.
size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men.
Yeah, they don't.
They tend to get average men.
Unless if it was a situation where it was like started from the bottom, now we here, right? And they married younger. But yeah, I agree with Kevin here.
So
Did you I mean, stop right there.
She's not
Stop right
internalizing.
there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest.
She's combating it.
You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up.
Yeah.
But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average. So
But you're, ma'am,
She's
please don't make
combating
me
it.
say it.
say what? I really just wanted some advice. I love your
I'm giving you
giving you
advice, but
advice.
you're not taking it.
Just real quick, she said something interesting right there. It took me a second to digest it. She said, "But my body's not average, though." Oh, I hear that and I cringe, and it's just like, oh God, like, if you point out, if you're a young woman and the first thing that comes into your mind of how to attract a dude of means and substance and value is the aesthetic things that attract any man into your situation, I think that you are very far from reality. And I think, like, just as he called out in the beginning of the conversation, she's not around the type of men that she wants. So she's coming up to an idea of what it is that she can provide. And honestly, at 35 years old, although it is good right now, you are on a decline as you get older. I mean, as the man is appreciating in assets, appreciating in worth, appreciating in value, things that are used to determine his level and degree of masculinity or power in the society, the very things that you call out as a benefit is decreasing, right? So take note of that. So you have to bring something other than that to a table. And at the end of the day, for a high value dude, just based off your assets, he might have fun with you for a Friday or Saturday night, but it doesn't mean he's going to get married to you. Come on, mama.
The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking
You on
woman.
the phone?
Average looking woman who's older. Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son.
13?
Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy.
Oh, whoa.
This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one.
Just real quick. She has her phone out right now, and really, I thought, like, how dare you get on onto a platform like this and then have people looking at you while you're on your phone? Again, it shows some of the dissonance in how you are presenting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's coming and asking a life coach and a dating consultant for advice, and you can't even take the couple of minutes to put your phone down in a way. But I think what she's actually doing is she's probably looking at the YouTube comments. So here's the thing, and I thought through this as well. What would really promote as many women to call into Kevin Samuel's show to get rated or berated at the frequency as what it does? And I think to a degree, it's advertising themselves, right? So think about it. She got on her hair. She got on the makeup. She's got on a nice blouse. You understand what I'm saying? And now she's looking down into the YouTube comments for validation as well. And I bet you after this, depending upon how the conversation goes, she'll be back down into the YouTube comments trying to make some connections with some people, especially like on Kevin's side of YouTube. There's a lot of dudes that donate a lot of money. So there's a lot of women that are in there because of the validation that Kevin gets from those donations. And these women are looking for these types of men to be in relationships with as well. The thing is, Kevin, he gets a lot of criticism for being harsh with his users, but I think like the way that he's articulating, yes, he can pick words slightly different in a way to coddle emotions, but like, number one, it's not as entertaining. That's the very first thing. And then number two, there's some people that are in their echo chambers that have to hear the real truth. But to a degree, I feel a little bit bad for the young lady because she probably didn't think that this clip was gonna go on World Star. You understand what I'm saying? Let's move on.
And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors,
just looking at comments.
Why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up. Oh. Because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. Oh. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money.
Facts.
Not the kind of men that you want. They don't care about your money.
Not high value.
It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids.
And a crazy baby daddy.
And you're average.
Just real quick, she's this is brutal feedback, but she's eating it right now. Let me also point out another thing as well. Change your phone case, lady. No one wants a lady with a bedazzled phone case. That's very juvenile. Okay, change your phone case. Okay, the nerve. Okay. Second thing, I think very direct, very direct feedback that brings reality. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, when you look at media, and if you look at how our main media outlets tend to coddle women's emotions, it's unbelievable to me. Because here's the thing. The type of feedback that Kevin is giving her, men are used to this type of criticism and are used to this type of feedback. We are harsh on ourselves, and the opposite gender is harsh on us. I think if you want to create more women that are successful at dating, you have to have them understand and be accountable for how the consumers of what they bring to the table perceive what it is that they're giving off. You understand what I'm saying? As a consumer, as a high value consumer, would I, MTR, consider a woman my age with a child, with a crazy baby daddy, no, who's average looking at best? No, I wouldn't. And maybe with this information, she has the data that she needs to recalibrate who she is and what it is that she actually brings to the table. It's about recalibration for some of these women. You have to recalibrate them. If not, she's going to be 60 years old with a cat farm. And listen, there's a lot of older women that either A, don't have the platform to talk about their mistakes from not recalibrating early enough, or B, are too headstrong in their singleness to coach the younger generation of women.
And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you.
It's the data.
See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people. And you're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I'm looking at you, but if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same. I'm just.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So what is your advice for women that...
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being, don't tell me I'm being mean. I'm about to be mean. I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean because you cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here. And I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you. And I'm telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.
Oh.
Tired of y'all doing this shit.
Oh, we kicked her out? All right. That's the end of the video. Let me get my final thoughts. Is it harsh? Yes. It's the word choices, but it's his show and he can do whatever it is that he wants. And like the end of the day, what she say? She's a fan of the show, so she knows what to expect. Okay? And she is getting advice from somebody, and it's just his opinion. It's just his opinion, but at the same time, there's a fee involved. What is that fee? He's going to do it publicly on his YouTube channel. What's the fee if it's not public? I don't know. I don't know what his rates are, but you can also sign up for that as well. And it will be probably the same feedback, but just not publicly displayed. Here's the last thing that I wanted to add. Do I think that she would be able to get a dude who's making at least $100,000 or is a top 10% earner in the United States? I mean, at the end of the day, I think anything is possible. Shout out to all of 2020. You understand? But the likelihood, I think, is very slim. If you combine 6 figures with probably some of the other things on her checklist, I would say if it is possible, she's going to have to concede some things, or there's going to be some characteristics about the dude. For example, the dude number one is probably not going to be a frequenter to this portion of YouTube. That's the first thing. The second thing is he most likely will have kids, a kid or several kids as well. He probably also will be an average looking gentleman. And lastly, he's probably going to be significantly older. I would say if all of those things are okay for you, then you are significantly increasing your chances of getting what it is that you want. But good luck to you. I mean, it is what it is. Fantastic video. These are the type of things that we need to go viral to bolster up the space. I think it's going to bring a lot more eyes into YouTube. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Shout out to my Patreon gang as well. This video was linked down there as well. We all had a discussion about it. A dope discussion, I might add. Link to the Patreon down in the description box down below if you want to be involved with the inner circle. Okay. We hold each other accountable up there. All right. We make sure that everybody is baked in reality up there, not an echo chamber. Come get out your echo chamber. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.